The doctor stopped and said, "You're reacting to something that doesn't exist in nature." I went in for a routine allergy test because I'd been breaking out in hives for 3 months straight. No pattern, no trigger I could identify. Just random full-body hives that made me look like I was allergic to existence itself. My doctor referred me to an allergist who did the standard skin prick test. You know, the one where they stab you 50 times on your back with different allergens and wait to see what swells up. The nurse did the test, left the room, came back 15 minutes later, and her face went weird. She stared at my back for way too long, then said, "I need to get the doctor." The allergist came in, looked at my back, and went completely silent. And he said something I'll never forget. "You're reacting to something that doesn't exist in nature." I laughed, thinking he was joking. "What does that mean?" He showed me the chart. I was having a massive reaction to test number 34. He said that's our control substance. It's completely inert. Medically impossible to be allergic to. It's literally just saline water. There's nothing in it to react to, but my back was swelling like I'd been stung by 40 bees in that exact spot. He said I've been doing this for 28 years, and I've never seen someone react to the control. This shouldn't be physically possible. He took photos, called in 2 other doctors. They all stood there looking at my back like it was a crime scene. They ran more tests. Blood work, patch tests, even sent samples to a lab. 2 weeks later, the allergist called me sounding stressed. "Can you come in immediately? I need to ask you some questions." I went in and he had a folder that was concerningly thick for someone who just has hives. He said the lab found something unusual in your blood work. You have antibodies for a substance that we can't identify. It's not matching anything in our database. Not food, not environmental, not chemical. It's like your body is fighting something that science hasn't discovered yet. I said, "Is this like a medical mystery or am I dying?" He said, "Honestly, I don't know, but I need to know everywhere you've been in the past 6 months, every restaurant, every building, every product you've used." I gave him a list. He started cross-referencing. 3 days later, he called me at 11 p.m., which immediately sent me into panic mode. "I found a common denominator," he said. "Every place you've been, every product you've used, they all have one thing in common. They're all owned by the same parent company, Nexus Corp." I Googled them. Massive conglomerate. They own everything from food brands to cleaning products to the gym I went to. The allergist said, "I think you're reacting to something Nexus is putting in their products, something they're not required to disclose." I thought he was being paranoid until I started investigating. Checked online forums. Found 47 other people with the exact same mysterious hives. All of them used Nexus products exclusively. We started a group chat. Compared symptoms, locations, everything. That's when things got weird. One person in the group said they worked for Nexus in R&D. They'd quit 3 months ago. They sent us a document. It was a leaked internal memo about a new preservative called Compound X7 they were testing in products without FDA approval. The memo said minor skin reactions are acceptable within our profit margins. We took this to a lawyer, class action lawsuit, but the day after we filed, weird stuff started happening. My apartment got broken into, but nothing was stolen. Just my medical records were gone. 2 people in our group chat got threatening messages. One person's car brakes failed mysteriously. The lawyer said this is bigger than allergies. You're exposing corporate negligence. Nexus is worth $40 billion. They're not going down easy. We kept pushing. Local news picked it up. That's when Nexus made a statement. They claimed Compound X7 was completely safe, FDA approved, it wasn't, and that our symptoms were psychosomatic. But here's where it gets absolutely unhinged. The whistleblower from Nexus sent us another document. Compound X7 wasn't a preservative. It was a synthetic hormone designed to make people crave Nexus products more. Literally engineered addiction. The hives were our bodies rejecting it because some people's immune systems identified it as a foreign invader. We went to the FDA with everything. They launched an investigation. Nexus stock dropped 30% in one day. The CEO resigned. Criminal charges were filed. Turns out they'd been testing this on millions of people without consent for 18 months. The best part? The class action lawsuit settled for $2.3 billion split among 12,000 affected people. I got $191,000. The whistleblower got immunity and a book deal. Compound X7 got banned internationally. But the absolute funniest part came 6 months later. Nexus had to recall every single product containing X7. The list was 847 different items. My entire apartment was Nexus products. My shampoo, my laundry detergent, my protein bars, my toothpaste, even my deodorant. I was basically marinating in this stuff 24/7. I had to throw out everything and start over. Went to Target with my settlement money and bought all new everything. Stood in the aisle reading every single ingredient label like a conspiracy theorist. The cashier asked if I was okay. I said I'm allergic to corporate greed, just being cautious. My hives disappeared completely after I stopped using Nexus products. The allergist called me and said, "You're officially allergic to capitalism." I said, "Put it on my medical chart." He actually did. My allergy list now reads peanuts, shellfish, and unregulated corporate synthetic hormones. The kicker? Nexus tried to rebrand 6 months later as a natural wellness company. Their first product launch event I showed up to with 30 other lawsuit survivors holding signs with our hive photos. They canceled the rebrand within a week. Last I heard, the CEO is facing 15 years for knowingly poisoning consumers. The company dissolved, and I check every single product I buy to make sure it's not owned by some conglomerate doing unauthorized human experiments.